Hey Borderlands fans, and welcome back to another Borderlands 3 builds video. Today we are going to be looking at Moze and be trying to figure out a more unique way to play her that's a little bit different from the more mainstream waves of bullets and explosions that we see online all the time. Now with that being said, make sure to leave your own comments down below, and if you're looking to put together some of your own builds, I will have a link in the video description which will take you to the Borderlands website where I do all my builds. While you are there, sign up for the VIP program if you haven't already, and you can start earning points that will give you in-game rewards both in Borderlands 3 and in some of the older games. Now with all that mumbo jumbo out of the way, let's get started. To give a little overview of what I anticipate this build being, I feel like we will probably want to use some form of shield that grants us amp damage. We then will want to make sure that this shield is at max capacity as often as possible so we can gain that amp damage as often as possible. And then, while working around this idea, we will want to make sure that we're giving ourselves as much of a bonus to gun damages and critical damages as possible. With all this in mind, we're going to start off in the Shield of Retribution tree today, where we're going to pick up the Armored Infantry skill. This is going to boost gun damage while our shields are up, and it's going to give us some damage reduction, which will help to keep them up. To further increase our gun damage in Tier 1, we're going to grab 5 points in Selfless Vengeance. This is going to give us some incendiary damage to us and our allies each time that we reload. This does come at the expense of health, but this will be turned into a good thing later on in this build. Just below the skill, we have a kill skill that is going to grant us up to 60% more gun damage if we get 3 successive kills. This kill skill will reduce our fire rate slightly, but since we're doing a sniper build, I'm not too worried about this. Moving over to Thin Red Line, we're going to reduce our health and convert that amount into a shield. Numerically, we're still able to take the same amount of damage, except our shields will recharge. Now, to make sure our shields aren't depleted, we will want to put 5 out of 5 points in Vladoff Ingenuity. These points are going to grant us up to 30% more shields and 47% shock resistance. This is huge because of how shock damage is the only good element against shields, so by resisting it, our shields would be up pretty much all the time. Now both of our Tier 3 skills are pretty good, however since I don't anticipate using Iron Kill and I anticipate our critical hits killing, I don't think that we need either of these 2 skill points at this moment. Behind the Iron Curtain, however, is a must-have for this build. It is going to grant us about a 20% shield recharge rate increase and shield delay decrease with 3 out of 3 points in it. We now move over to Desperate Measures, which is going to grant us gun damage based on how low our health is. Between our Selfless Vengeance skill and our Thin Red Line skill, our health should always be low enough to grant us this 50% increased gun damage. Now to grab what is probably the most powerful skill in this tree, Phalanx Doctrine. The skill is a little stupid, but it will be ridiculously fun. Each time that we get a kill, we get a stack, and the stack will last for a pretty long time, 30 seconds. These stacks will grant us more gun damage and max shield increase. The real beauty of this skill, however, is that there's no limit to how many stacks we can get. I can only imagine how powerful this will be in the newly previewed Circle of Slaughter in the Proving Grounds, as there will be many enemies in succession that we can just kill and kill and kill and kill. And because we're working with snipers, we need to pick up the Force Feedback skill, as anytime we get a critical kill now, our shields will immediately begin to recharge. Force Feedback skill is going to help us a lot when it comes to the Tenacious Defense skill, aka our Capstone. With this Capstone, whenever our shield is depleted, we will instantly regenerate a portion of our shield and gain tons of gun damage. This skill does require that we fully recharge our shields before it can be used again, but that shouldn't be a problem with each time we get a sniper kill, we'll start to get that immediate shield recharge. Now that we've finished up this skill tree, we're going to move over to the Bottomless Mags tree. In Tier 1, we should grab the Cloud of Lead skill, which is going to give us a chance not to consume ammo. This is huge on a sniper build, as the biggest problem sniper builds tend to have is ammo shortages. Additionally, we're going to get a little bit of incendiary damage, which is nice. It's not necessary, but it's nice. And then we are going to place the last skill in our core build. Each time we score a critical hit, we will regenerate ammo for a few seconds. Again, we're just kind of doubling down on the ammo shortage problem that snipers tend to have. And with the last couple of skill points, my idea would be to put them in Stoke the Embers, buffing the incendiary damage from Cloud of Lead, Selfless Vengeance, and then I'll go ahead and pick up Experimental Munitions, also doing some more incendiary damage. And then the last 2 points we can put into Scrappy, which is going to increase our weapon swap speed, mode swap speed, and buff our handling a little bit. Now, regarding action skills and augments, you can really do whatever you like. I don't find Iron Bear to be very essential in this build. However, if you wanted, you could probably pick up some skill points in the Demolition Woman tree to make him a little bit more useful. Whatever you decide to do, let me know in the comment section below. Remember to like this video, subscribe for more content, and I will see you in the next one.